Welcome to the Utah Football Fans Podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share. And as always, go Utes. Bet Online is your number one source for all your sports betting needs this season. From baseball, golf, soccer. I guess there's a soccer game going on right now that the USA is not doing so well.
It was 0-0.
Well, that's usually how it goes. To all the top fights in UFC and MMA and boxing. You get every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. And then when the game's over, head on over to Bet Online's online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of their 150 slots games. So head to their website today to get in on the action. Use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for 50% off bet credit on your first deposit up to $250. Bet Online, the game starts here.
Okay. All right, let's go. We'll talk.
I mean, we had this scheduled today, and maybe the university just knew that we were going to be going live tonight, and that is why they announced this today. It is official. Morgan Scalley is the head coach in waiting for Utah football, and I am so happy about this.
We've got to first say, now, if anyone got or looked at our shorts or the our YouTube channel or whatever, or on our social media, the Prophetess Bryn, when did you put that out?
So that was after we played UCLA last season in September.
Okay.
So Harlan must have been watching.
That's it.
Because I looked right into that camera and I begged him to please secure Morgan Scalley to this team forever and ever. And look, they did. So I can see into the future.
So give her props. She saw it. She put it out into the universe, whatever it is. But what do you think?
James?
What do you think, James? What do you think? When you heard it?
I think it's great. I think we've all kind of known, right? Like it's kind of been, that has been the plan. But I think it's fantastic for a couple of reasons. One is there's always that, was he going to leave? Right. I know that he's had other opportunities to go other places, defensive coordinator positions, head coaching positions. And so number one, the fact that he's staying, he's locked up, he's going to be here. That's awesome. And then for the continuity of the program, for the recruits that are coming in, that uncertainty of, okay, Whittingham's going to retire. This does not mean, by the way, that Whittingham's gone after this year. I think he's got 2 more years, but now it's very clear to say, okay, as soon as he's gone, it's that guy who's been in the program for 20 years.
17 years. He's been on the coaching staff.
And then he played before. So he's been here. He is a Utah man. He is cut from everything Kyle Whittingham has done. And yeah, Texas Mike, I know I've seen the coach in waiting never works. I disagree. When you have come up from, learned everything from Whittingham and can go right in, there's no guarantees of anything, but man, I love it. I think it's great.
I mean, that's like you said, we do know he has been given a plethora of offers over the years and some extremely lucrative offers, and he has wanted to stay. This is his home. He has family here. He played at the U. He just wants to stay. And so to have this actually secure, it's fantastic because he's locked in now. He's like, at this point, he wouldn't leave now when he could have left plenty of other times ago. But look at the defenses from the last few years of the University of Utah. That's all you got to do is look at how the defense is played and know that we're in very good hands, extremely good hands. And I love that it's just going to continue the Utah tradition and the toughness. I mean, everyone talks about Utah is so tough. Scalley's going to keep that going. I'm thrilled. I'm so excited.
I think as a Utah fan, you should be ecstatic about that, about this whole thing. Everything you've said, but this is great. I mean, so Scalley, he played at Highland High here in Salt Lake. I remember seeing him play way back when he played. He was dang good. And then he played at the U. He played under Urban. I think he was second team All-America. A second team All-American as a safety. He played in the Fiesta Bowl. I think when we beat Pittsburgh. And then he became a grad assistant, and that began his career. And then he became and I think it was when we beat Bama in the Sugar Bowl. I think he was the safeties coach at that time. And then he's just made his way, and he was the recruiting coordinator for years, which is huge. Then he became the D coordinator in 2016 till now. And what you said, Bryn, he's been in the program, so he played under Urban, and he's coached under Witt, learned from Witt. He's part of the system. He's the D guy of every year, one of the best defenses in the country. So, and then beyond all of that I agree with you, is in today's world, the continuity and the culture really matters. I think in this portal NIL era that we live in now, that you come here, there is a culture, and it is. But the other thing is, everyone knows, we don't know for sure, but we know Witt is at the tail end of it. And so when you're out talking to somebody, come and play at Utah, and this is how Utah plays, this is our culture. And they're going, yeah, but I think Whittingham has a couple of years on his contract or whatever it is. We know he's coming to the end. Well, is he going to be here?
Right. Yeah. Right.
Well, now it's like, okay, we don't know for sure, but if not, it's Scalley, who is Utah culture.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Whittingham, the guys that are freshmen right now that are coming in, odds are Whittingham's not going to be the head coach when they're in their senior year. I mean, it's just, that's 4 or 5 more years from now. But you're right. There is a clear path, and it does not change the expectation, the culture. The other thing with Scalley is he was a recruiter in the state of Texas. So, and we have a lot of guys that come up from Texas, Florida, California. That's our heavy. So recruiting, and Utah is recruiting now at a higher caliber than they ever have. I mean, the amount of just talent that's coming in, that's not going to skip a beat now. So we're still going to be able to recruit at that level, bring those guys in. And like you said, the culture, which that's one of the biggest things when you hear like a Joel Klatt or Pate, these guys talk about Utah, it's the culture is one of the first things they talk about. That's not leaving.
I was watching Coach JB show today, and they talked about Scalley. And Sean King comes onto the show. He's a Q that played, I can't remember if it was Tulane, but he was in the NFL with the Bucks for like 5 years or something. But his point is, why don't more universities do the Utah thing?
The continuity.
This would be the template, he thought, to do it like Utah. A great compliment on just the program, the structure of it. And I'm excited about it. And
well, so that's what
Scalley 44. I think that's correct.
That's about right. Yeah.
He's 44.
Man. Young
guy.
Young. Yeah. He and I went to school together.
Well, young for a coach, old just for a human.
Just old. I mean, we're old, but no, what I was going to say is, I know some people think, no, let's go out and get somebody new. Let's bring in somebody fresh. That terrifies me because you don't know if it's going to work. Look at all these other schools. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it's great. I feel like most of the time you have a guy come in, he does okay for a few years, and then he's gone. And then you're trying it again, and then he's gone. And you're trying again. That's not what it's going to be. And we've seen the benefit of having a coach who's been in the program for 30 plus years with Whittingham. I love that we are keeping that because it's a huge benefit. And Scalley is good at adapting to the new environment as well. I think Whittingham has been good, but again, he's old school.
Yeah, he's old school.
He's just older. I mean, that's how it goes. But Scalley has that freshness, the perspective.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Lanky Boy asked, do you think we're going to throw more? Don't know. I have no idea.
With Scalley?
That's going to be one of the things to see. What I do know, though, what you can guarantee is we're going to have this the kind of defense we play and the D that we have been and are, that's going to continue.
Yeah, the philosophy is going to be very similar.
That'll be there.
It's exciting to me.
And then I think the other question is, who do you think the D coordinator is? I have no idea. I've heard names, but there's Sharif Shaw.
Yeah, I've heard internal names, and then
I've heard some guys outside.
Yeah.
That have been associated with the program. Maybe they'll come and be the D coordinator.
Yeah. Who knows?
No, I haven't heard, but
we're still 2 years away from that, in my opinion.
I think so as well.
Yeah, about probably.
So it's great. It's awesome.
It's fantastic. We are thrilled. Utah fans, you should be thrilled. Those of you in the Big 12 who maybe don't know all of this about the team, just get ready, because the Utah team you see this year, it's going to end up just kind of being the same, because Scalley's just going to keep the tradition, the culture, everything.
Yeah, the thing is what's nice about Scalley is not only what you've said about his recruiting, and he has influences and sources throughout the country, is that because he's from here and he's been here for so long and he knows so many people, particularly high school and other coaches in different schools and whatever. It's just his connections here in Utah. That's huge to keep people here at the U, let alone the coaches. I know Weddle is really excited.
Yeah,
they're good friends. They played together.
Yeah.
They're good friends.
Yeah.
Because it's the Utah way. That's a real thing.
Well, and let me say, Morgan Scalley is one of the most stand-up individuals that I've ever met. And I know some people talk trash about him. He is such a good person. They're on Twitter today. Ivan, I don't know his real last name. I just know him from Twitter. He posted that a few months ago. He said something on Twitter about how he was having a really hard time and things like that. And Morgan Scalley DM'd him on Twitter and just said, "Hey, saw that you're having a hard time. Just want you to know you're amazing. Keep going." Like this whole motivational speech. Like, who does that?
He puts stuff out a lot.
He does.
Very positive stuff.
He is a very positive person. He's such a good guy, such an awesome man. I think those players respect him and will love to play for him. I mean, they already do love to play for him. It's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah, so we're obviously high on it. But hey,
we got to win.
But
there's still time.
Whit's the man.
We're still here. I mean, it's not.
I love
he's still the man.
Oh yeah.
He's still yeah.
But I'm just glad that this is taken care of. I figured it was
Yes, that's the thing. Like it's not a distraction. It's certain. It's okay. Once he's gone, and okay,
the
next guy's
succession
in.
plan is in place.
He's gonna make a nice little contract when he gets in too. So